Many people are intrigued by AI, artificial intelligence, and many people are wondering whether a ChatGPT written will is legal in their state. And here to talk with us about that is Harry Margolis. He's the author of Get Your Ducks in a Row. Harry, welcome.
Good to see you, Bob. It's on a snowy day.
It's great to see you. My driveway is shoveled, so all my chores are done. Now I can work.
Okay, lucky you.
Well, and now you can work. This is a question that I think is on the minds of a lot of people as they experiment with AI, whether it's Chat or Gemini or Perplexity or Claude or you name the AI platform.
Yeah, and I usually use Claude.
Yeah.
So the question is whether one of those AI systems, if they create a will, whether it's a valid will, and the answer is probably. I mean, so for a will to be valid in, I think, all states, you have to sign it. You have to sign it in the presence of two witnesses, and they have to sign it as well. And that's basically it. So pretty much any document you create that purports to give away your assets at your death and name somebody as your executor or personal representative is going to be a valid will as long as it meets these requirements of you signing it in the presence of two witnesses who also sign it in your presence. It actually does not have to be notarized, though it's always better to be notarized, because if it's not notarized, then the witnesses actually have to appear in court or file an affidavit in court that they did everything they said they did. They witnessed your signature and they were confident that was you. If it is notarized, the witnesses don't have to do anything after witnessing the will. So it should be notarized, though that's not a requirement for authenticity.
Yeah. So are there things that you should ask the agent, the LLM, or whatever you want to call these things, the Claude? What else can I do to make sure that this doesn't get challenged in court? Are there prompts that you should think about using?
Well, I haven't tried to do a will, to be honest, on any of these AI clients or whatever they call them. So I'm not sure. I think just to ask for it to be a valid will, you should say what state you're in, of course, because the rules can be a bit different from state to state. I mean, it does make me a little nervous because the forms that are used, the lawyers use, that online programs, do-it-yourself programs use, we know are valid forms. And the ChatGPT or Claude, or again, any of these other AI services are probably also valid because they're based on what's out there, and most stuff out there is going to be valid. But you don't have the guarantee you would have with, again, an online service or a law firm.
Yeah. It strikes me that if you were going to go down this route and you were in the money saving sort of mode, is that you could have AI generate the will and maybe take it to an estate planning attorney for a second opinion, a once over, a sounding board.
You could. I mean, the problem there for the attorney is, again, if they use their own form, they've used it hundreds of times, they know it intimately, they don't have to check every word. If you're taking them a form created or a document created by ChatGPT, then they have to read every word to make sure there's nothing in it that is going to be a problem. So that's a kind of laborious, tedious, time-consuming job, and so it could cost you more, in fact, to do that than it would if you used, again, an online service or just went to the attorney to begin with.
Yeah. What about using AI for maybe other legal documents that you and I have commonly talked about, whether it's a healthcare proxy or advanced directive of some sort, living will? Any thoughts about whether there's use and value to using AI for those documents as well?
Again, I think they're probably going to be fine, but you don't have the certainty you have with another service, whether it's lawyers or an online service. So I'd probably say use those. What you may want to do is, especially if you have something complicated you want to do, is ask AI to create that for you, and then perhaps compare it to what the other service provided, because that way you kind of get the advantage of both. And it could be that ChatGPT would come up with something different or something kind of with better language than what you'd come up with yourself or what the attorney would come up with.
Yeah. For folks who are DIYers and maybe disinclined to use an estate planning attorney, maybe they fear whatever the cost might be. Are there software programs that you're more fond of than others that people might consider?
To be honest, I don't know them that well, again, because we use our own forms in our office that we've worked on for years. But my guess is they're all pretty good. I mean, whether any of them have the ability to hire a lot of good attorneys to create the forms, they are using the forms themselves over and over and can adjust as needed. So I think you're going to have pretty good documents on any of these online services.
Yeah. And I'm sure you would know of the horror stories if that wasn't the case.
Right. That's true too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we've covered a lot of ground. Anything we missed or just bears re-emphasizing?
I guess my concern with any of these do-it-yourself services is whether you actually get it done. So my guess has always been that there are a lot of people who go online. It's at night. They decide, well, I got to get this done. They go on to some program. They get started. And then they get to a question, whether it's a question about who should I appoint to this role or that role. Should I get back to them? Or how do I spell someone's name? Or how do I actually want to divvy up my estate? And they stop with the intention to answer these questions and get back to it. But then maybe they don't. Or they finally get it done, but then they got to go out and find the witnesses and the notary themselves. And they don't get around to doing that. So, of course, I think all these companies are private, so we don't know what the numbers are. But my guess is that the number of people who start them is much, much higher than the number of people actually get through to the end and finish. And that's one advantage of using a lawyer, is that they also have an interest in helping you finish the process, to keep after you. They can answer questions you have if you come across them. They can help you make some decisions about who to appoint. So I think they often help you get past or get over the finish line, and you don't have that help if you're doing it yourself.
Yeah. And it strikes me too, I think I would have this nagging feeling that something got missed in the prompt or in the answer, and that maybe whatever I've created won't stand up in the court of law, and all my best efforts go to waste because I used AI instead of a real human who's qualified.
Yeah, or you might have created some ambiguity that creates troubles down the road.
Yeah. Well, in future videos, Harry, we're going to talk more about some do-it-yourself motives and topics. So look forward to those in future videos with you. Thank you.
I do as well.